Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to bring you some information on the new USBA EIDL grant. President Trump have finally signed the approval for the stimulus, and this is some of the new information or updated information on how the EIDL grant will work. So, the last time many of us received the advancement and we got the $1,000 grant, some have gotten more. It all depended on the guidelines at that time. And um, this is a breakdown of this second EDIL grant and the terms and conditions. So let's jump into it. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe to this channel. I have another channel, Sherry Beckley, that talks about credit and also credit cards and credit lines and how to improve your financial situation for your credit. So if you like, you can subscribe to that channel also if you're coming across this information. Now, here's some of the guidelines. How do I qualify for the new EIDL grant? To qualify for the full $10,000 EIDL grant, a business must be located in a low income community and have suffered an economic loss greater than 30%, employed not more than 300 employees. So some of these changes, one of them is that they added you can now be in a low income community. Also, you have to have suffered a great economy loss greater than 30%. Now you don't need to have both of these. It's either or with this new EDIL grant. There was a change for the last time. They let businesses up to 500 employees, but now they're targeted to more small businesses. So you can qualify for this if you are sole proprietorship, contractor, ride share, those, if you did DoorDash, Uber, you can qualify for this business grant. So pay attention to some of the new requirements. In addition, the business must qualify as an eligible entity as defined in the CARES Act, a small business, corporation, ESOP, tribal concern with fewer than 300 employees, an individual that operates under as a sole proprietorship with or without employees, or as an independent contractor, or a private nonprofit or small agriculture cooperative. The business must have been in operation by January 31st, 2020. So you can qualify for this. It's a different standard than the PPP loan. So long as you've been in business operation by January 2020, you can qualify for this. The business must be directly affected by COVID-19. Economic loss is defined as the amount by which the gross receipts of the covered entity declined during a 8-week period between March 2nd, 2020 and December 17th, 2021. So that is going into next year. Relative to a comparable 8-week period immediately preceding March 2nd, 2020, or during 2019. The SBA will come up with a formula for seasoned businesses. A low income community is defined in Section 45D co- um, uh, E of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as follows. So here's the terms of a low income community. The terms low income community means any population census tract if the poverty rate for such tract is at least 20%, or in the case of a tract not located within a metropolitan area, the median family income for such tract does not exceed 80% of the statewide median income, or in the case of a tract located within a metropolitan area, the median family income for such tract does not exceed 80% of the greater statewide median income or metropolitan area median income. There are some additional ways areas may qualify as a low income community in the reference. So check out this section if you want further information. Are the EIDL grants taxable? Good news. The new legislation clarified that the EIDL grants are not taxable, and the business who received them will not be denied a tax deduction for qualifying expense paid for with those funds. And the EIDL grants will not be deducted from the PPP loan forgiveness purposes. So these two programs, tax status will stand on their own, you guys. So that is actually really wonderful. So you can, what it's basically saying that you can really qualify for both of these. What else do I need to know? According to legislation, the USBA will have 21 days after receiving the business owner request to verify whether the business qualifies, and if so, to provide the advance. So that's great. You can get this advance within 21 days. This program extends to December 31st, 2021. So that is excellent news for even businesses that were started, you know, really after the first guideline of February 15th to what it was of 2020, prior to this. So this is great. They're opening up to next year. How do I apply for these new EIDL grants? Now that the president has signed the legislation, the SBA must release guidelines and will open up the application portal at the USBA Gov. We anticipate that will happen sometime in early January 2021. We will monitor the news from the Small Business Administration, and we will update this article when the information is available. So I am going to provide you guys this information, and the links to this article, because so you can look into further information, and also to the Small Business Administration website, so you can constantly, you just click the link in the description and I would have that information for you. Will I have to reapply if I got a EIDL grant for less than $10,000? The legislation requires the SBA administrator to notify those who received a previous EIDL grant, as well as those who applied but did not get a grant, because the funds were exhausted. If y'all remember, the funds ran out somewhere around July 13th, 2020. It does not specify how the notice must be given until the USBA release further guidance. We do not know a specific date. When will it take place? We will update this article when more information is available from the SBA. So those of us that got the grant, we were all supposed to be getting a $10,000 grant, but they end up changing the guidelines when the SBA should not have given the guidelines. Everybody that applied should have got the advance or the grant of $10,000, but some people got $1,000, and so many people reapplied, or they wrote in, and a lot of us got the corresponded via email to notify us that we did get approved, but we didn't get approved for the full amount. This is telling you, and me myself personally, I didn't get the whole $10,000. You want to be careful, and this is just my own opinion, what I'm doing myself. We were all given a number, so I don't know if you want to remove yourself out of line by applying again. It might be best if you already applied and you have that tracking number to call in to the Small Business Administration in order to find out where you stand. You don't want to, every time that you apply for this, it's an order number in the right hand corner. So I would be patient. Like me myself, I have already applied and received some funds, but you should be patient. And me myself personally, I am going to wait. But you can do as you say. It never said in this article or on the website thus far, they have not updated that it would bump you out of your spot, but I would be very wary about it. So you can call in to get more details. So hopefully this help you if you are a person that have done ride sharing, Instacart, anything that you have, you can apply for this grant even for next year. If you have already just started these avenues, March 2nd, you can apply for this grant. The documentation before they had us to self-certify. So I have the links below that you can go in and enter in your information and apply for this grant. So just keep checking the website, because the bill was signed hours ago. So they're going to update information constantly. So hopefully you just got to stay tuned, you guys. Hopefully this information was helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave it below and I will try to answer it and get back to you as best as possible. If you need help, information with your credit, because before actually receiving the loan for the EIDL was based on your credit. You needed a credit score of 580. If you need help with that, subscribe to my other channel. I also, if you have collections, you need those remove or hard inquiries, I have a free hard inquiry removal letter that you can access at my website. And I also have collection removal letters at my website. So hopefully this will be helpful, and I'll leave all the links in the description. Thank you. Enjoy your evening or afternoon.